Oh man, she actually looks so much better all put together. Oh shit, that thing is fast! Hey guys, welcome back to QUADNATION, and as you can see, we have another beautiful machine on the channel. This is a Husqvarna FC250. This thing is an absolute beast of a machine, but right now it won't dominate a single thing. Why? Because it turns over but does not fire. I'm going to first, I always check spark, because sometimes the simplest thing is the most overlooked thing. Spark plug. Step 1, diagnosing. Hit the start button, fire it up. Nothing. Roll on the throttle. Poor bike. It's okay, baby. Alright, in order to remove the tank, remove this wire. Just a little clip there. Remove the 10mm bolt. And you're going to pop the quick release on the fuel line. You'll literally push a tab, pull the two lines apart right here, okay? Quick release tab, pull. After that, pull the tank up. Oh, hi Tucker. Tucker, here we go. Set it on the old Apollo. Hey, you guys always ask about this old Apollo. Well, it's still broken because my brother-in-law decided to ride it while I was in the ICU after having heart surgery. And boy, did he screw up that transmission. The next thing I'm going to do is pull the spark plug boot, which is right here, this little blue one. And I'm going to pull out the spark plug. I'm going to ground it, hit the starter. Let's see if we have spark. Oh, God. Oh, hell. That thing's bigger than my... Alright, so apparently they don't want anybody to change out the spark plug because this was way down inside. I had to use the magnet to retrieve this one. Then I had to use the magnet to retrieve the socket. And then I had to use the magnet to retrieve the spark plug. Absolutely insane. It's dirty. Alright, once you have pulled the spark plug out, you are now going to check for spark. You will take the spark plug cap. Make sure do not touch the spark plug or you will be zapped. You're going to take the spark plug cap. You're going to ground the spark plug on something that will act as a ground. In this case, usually the head pipe will act as a ground. We're going to take it up against the expansion chamber of the head pipe, and we're going to hit the starter. Here we go. Awesome. Look at that spark. The next step, we have spark. What you will do is you will take starting fluid. If you do it on a fuel injected model, you're going to pour the starting fluid right down in the spark plug hole. You're going to screw the plug back in, hit the start button, boom. That's just to ensure that everything else in the engine mechanically from the head down is functioning. Timing's right. You know, you didn't have a, if the timing chain did jump a gear, it's likely the valves would be smashing the piston. But we want to ensure that if we can pop off with starting fluid, we for sure have something wrong with the bike from the fuel injection, from the throttle body back. And we can work with that. So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to dump a bunch of starting fluid in, screw the plug back in, and boom, hit the starter. Alright, I just screwed the spark plug in. We're going to place the cap back on. Capped. Here we go. Let's hit the starter. Oh, there she goes. Y'all see that? She popped off. It took a second. It probably was a bit too much starting fluid in there, so it took it... There she goes again. It probably took a second for it to pop off like that, but that's it, guys. So we know timing is good, everything. So we basically know everything is good here down. We have an issue from here back. Before we continue this way, it was brought to my attention when I went and picked up these new plugs. I went and spoke to my buddy Kai up at Interstate Cycles, and he told me that Based on how dirty that plug was, it's likely it could have been bad. I mean, you guys seen, it was very nasty, very dirty plug. So he told me that just because a plug, when I ground it out here, makes a spark, does not necessarily mean it can create a spark or a good enough spark for ignition inside the combustion chamber under those volatile conditions. I was like, well, I'm putting a new one in anyways. Look at that. Laser iridium plug. Super expensive plugs. One of the most expensive I've ever bought. $30 a pop. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and put this new plug in. Let's see. New plug. Drop down. 14 millimeter. That's the one that belongs on this. So what I did is I drop the socket down in there, take this extension. You don't have to snap it onto the socket, just let it drop into the socket well and gently turn that plug in. Alright, once you can't get to a point where you can turn it in no more, pop it down, snap this on, pull that back off. You're going to have to pop the socket off of the extension in order to get the extension out. Very difficult to do. Then take your magnet to pull the socket out. Just like that. Boom. This frame, there's like no clearance here. So take it on an angle, push it down as far as you can. Once you have made clearance there, pull it up and down a few times so that way you seat it correctly on that spark plug. And now continue down and push it all the way. Alright, just felt it click. It has sealed well around the head. That should be home. Put the fuel tank back on, and we don't have to secure it back on. We're just going to take this plug up the fuel pump. We're going to take the quick connect, and we're going to plug it back up. Here we go. Alright, nothing. Okay, so that wasn't it. But it's okay. We're going to start testing the voltage. Let's see what is happening. I should be getting around 12 volts at the fuel pump, okay? When I tested it, it might be because my ground was not perfect, but when I tested it, I was getting around 10. But that could be okay because it is going to draw down some of the voltage while it's cranking. So here we go. Oh, not the right one. Hold on. Here we go. Ready? And I'm at about 9, low 9s. So that's expected because we are cranking it over. It's going to draw it down a little bit, but that tells me I'm getting power here. So what we're going to do is plug the tank up. It's on the tank. Now, since we have power to the tank, in theory, the fuel pump should be charged, which will blow that fuel out. So we're going to rip this off, okay? Fuel is going to come out. It's going to run out. We have established that. But when I hit the starter, it should blow out like Mount Vesuvius. Ready? Nothing. Nothing. I suspect we have a bad fuel pump. That sucks. Guys, do not worry about the fuel that has ran down into the ground. This is your Biden special fuel. From what I've been told, because it's $6 to $7 a gallon, this fuel is eco-friendly. I am going to look at the throttle position sensor because my buddy Joe told me that's what the code was flashing. So I am going to look at that for a moment. But if that doesn't change anything, fuel pump. So remember, voltage, if you can determine voltage is going to the fuel pump and you have no spray, bad fuel pump. We ordered a pump from Quantum Fuel Systems. We're going to hope this thing does last well. Good long time for my buddy. But when I got it, okay? And please do not cry, guys. The Can-Am will be put together soon. But when I got the fuel pump, the first thing I wanted to do before I do anything to this fuel pump to where I would lose the possibility of being able to return it, I took the wire harness and I plugged it right up to the fuel pump before I ever decided to take the old one out and put the new one in. I come by, snapped it into place, and watch, guys, it's just like magic. Hit the starter. Hear that? That's the fuel pump. Ready? Let's do it again. That's the fuel pump, guys. The fuel pump is turning. It is working. So when I narrowed it down to a bad fuel pump, that's confirmation right there, guys, because when I plug this up to the old one, put your ear to the tank, you can't hear nothing. The fuel pump is turning on. So we have narrowed it down. It is confirmation. It is fuel pump, even though the bike was saying it was a bad throttle position sensor. So understand that. If it throws that code, it still could be the fuel pump. All right, guys, I just dumped the fuel out of the tank into this pan just to show you guys how spoiled this fuel was. It smells absolutely wretched. It is spoiled. It's beyond spoiled. This may be the culprit as to what caused this pump to die. Let's see. Let's go ahead and pull this bad girl out. Yeah, she's coming out nice. Come on. Nice and easy, baby. Oh. There it is. There it is, guys. Look at that. Look at that. That's the old pump. So this is going to be interesting. So I just placed the new pump inside, and I'm like, how in the hell am I going to navigate this new pump all the way back up into the side and then down to where I can reach the studs with these pieces? And I'm like, how in the hell? And I'm like, oh yes, my magnet. And then I'm like, well, let me see. It may not even pick it up. And I look at the old pump and I'm like, shit. And so then I'm like, please let this one be magnetized. And I look and I'm like, son of a buck. How in the hell? Oh. Shake it. How in the actual fudge did I do that? Oh God, come on. Don't let go. Don't let go. Oh my God, it's coming through. I need 2 people. I think I might got it. Let me put the big nut on it. Come on, baby. Don't play with daddy. All right, guys, I got this little bastard. I figured it out. I pulled it back out. I gave it some thought, and I'm like, okay, I need a needle nose or something of that sort. And so I grabbed a pair of tweezers. Again, I put the pump back in. I lined it up. As you seen earlier, I was able to get it pretty much right there on the holes. And so I went up, I went in, I grabbed it, squeezed as hard as I could, and I took this fuel line and threaded it on, which then pulled this down where it needed to be. We are solid, guys. Just take a set of tweezers. Garbage. Ready to rock and roll. Let's go to the fuel station and get some fresh gas. Oh, hell, guys. I forgot the truck was connected to the boat. This is a prime example of spoiled fuel and fresh fuel. All right, guys, here we go. Seats back on, tank is full, new plug, new fuel pump. Everything troubleshooted, it should be ready to rock and roll. So here we go. Time to fire her up. I hear it bubbling. It's still trying to prime. I'm sure it's just trying to prime because it had to fill up the fuel pump plus the throttle body. All right, well, I heard it trying to pop off, so we know fuel's getting it. You never know. Maybe the fuel injectors are clogged at this point, but kind of strange the bike just quit on them. That would indicate just the fuel pump, but or some other electronic. But I heard it. You guys heard it. It was trying to pop off, so we'll charge it up for a second. And we'll see what we can do. All right, she's all charged up. Let's try it again. Yes! Yes! Yeah! Nice! Oh man! She sounds good. Yes! We've got the power! Oh man, she actually looks so much better all put together. And if you guys were wondering, yes, we still have the Apollo. She's still broken. We gotta fix her. New motor coming up. But for right now, let's rip on this 250. This is just gonna be a test and tune run. Next time I'm on this beast, we're gonna do a first impression ride. A real good one where we stretch her legs, and then we'll do top speed runs. So here we go, guys. Hold on to your butts. Oh man, fires up so effortlessly. Let me get her a little warmed up before I roll into her. Hydraulic clutches on this too, so nice. Oh man, this feels nice. She torquey. You warm me up a little bit more, baby. Hold on, baby. Warm me up a little bit more. Just a little bit more before we get on you. I love the white though, man. The white looks sick. Listen to her. Alright, here we go. Oh! I was just rolling on the throttle and she was lifting up. Oh! Oh, shit, that thing is fast. Oh, God. Brother! Bro, this thing is an absolute animal. Listen to it. Oh, I keep wanting to hit that for the starter. Listen to it, bro. Oh, God! Oh, man! This thing's sick! Last run, guys! And if you want to see more of this beast, you're just going to have to subscribe and look out for the next video. Oh, man! Holy hell, this thing is... Did y'all see my burnouts? Whoa! All the way from right here. There you go, you can see it pretty good now. Look, solid burnout, guys. That's insane. If you guys are wanting to see more of this, be looking out. Here's the final send. This is QUADNATION 929. I'm out!